Tetrapods certainly share a number of features of the skull that evolved in the first amphibians. The frontal bones were larger and fused, the brain case was more solid, the joint between the parietals and postparietals which existed in fish no longer existed. A series of bones which support the gills, known as opercular bones, were lost. The snout became longer. The notochord no longer passed through the occipital region to enter the skull. The ethmoid was ossified, and the dentary increased in size. Ancestral tetrapods changed the vertebral column as well. It became stronger, with a greater articulation between the vertebrae. The intercentrum regions were reduced. After the first amphibians, like Acanthostega, there was a sacrum, specialized vertebrae in the hip region, which attached to the hip bones so that the legs could support the weight of the body on land. The ribs became longer, and a sternum developed in the thorax region. The early tetrapods modified their shoulder and hip sockets to face laterally rather than posteriorly, and the limbs were modified so that they could be held out from the body, allowing a greater range of movement, including rotation. Amphibians possessed 5 separate carpal bones, including a pisiform and centralia near the radius and distal carpals. Ichthyosauga was the first vertebrate to possess 3 hip bones, the ilium, ischium, and pubis. All tetrapods share these bones. The acetabulum, the socket for the head of the femur, forms where these 3 bones meet, and a band of cartilage exists where the 2 pubic bones meet, known as the pubic symphysis. Early amphibians evolved an ankle joint involving a number of tarsal bones and allowed for more movement of the leg. The first amphibians possessed more than 5 digits on their hands and feet, but this was soon reduced to 5, which became the standard number in most groups of tetrapods.